That's why today, before God and my family, I'm announcing that I'm running for President of the United States of America.
That was former Vice President and Indiana Governor Mike Pence making his announcement official for his 2024 presidential bid.
Some would say Pence did more than just make his intentions known. He declared where he stands as a man and a politician as he kicks off his GOP campaign. To talk more about that, News 8's Garrett Bergquist joins us live from Des Moines, Iowa with more. Garrett?
Pence just wrapped up his remarks in this room at Des Moines Area Community College in Ankeny, Iowa, just within the past couple of hours. Character and the Constitution played key roles in Pence's remarks and in what his supporters say about him. Pence is one of a very few vice presidents to run against their former bosses. He hit on a number of similar themes to the Republican field. He attacked what he called woke ideology in classrooms and corporations, and he called for less government spending. He also called for a return to civility in national politics. Pence drew a clear line between himself and former President Donald Trump. He took dead aim at Trump's actions on January 6, 2021.
President Trump's words were reckless. They endangered my family and everyone at the Capitol. But the American people deserve to know that on that day, President Trump also demanded that I choose between him and the Constitution. Now voters will be faced with the same choice. I chose the Constitution.
Pence's campaign tells us he will meet more voters here in Iowa tomorrow. Coming up in our 5 o'clock newscast, we'll hear from some of Pence's supporters, including a key member of the Indiana General Assembly.
Now, Garrett, a couple questions that we have first. Have we heard anything yet from any of Pence's opponents?
Well, so far, former President Trump hasn't said anything specific to his former vice president. Now, meanwhile, the chair of the Indiana Democratic Party attacked Pence over the Religious Freedom Restoration Act and his stance on Syrian refugees. Both those issues came up during his time as governor of Indiana. And he asked why Pence, if he was so proud of his gubernatorial record, chose to launch his campaign here in Iowa rather than in his home state of Indiana.
Well, Garrett, thank you so much.